I love why I wanted to explore your story because it's a practical story.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to maneuver even when we say unemployment. Kuna wenye watajipata in employment, but kuna wenye they'll have to go the business route,
Yeah.
and but the reality of it, it's not easy. What are some of the challenges you faced, for example, apart from just the first 3 months now kumaneuver kwa hiyo industry?
Well, kumaneuver it has not been easy
Mm-hmm.
because you're dealing with different people and creatives. What I believe with creatives is huwa hawafikirii wakienda mbele, they think with the reverse.
Unpack that.
Like you are thinking going forward, but them they have come from where you are going. So
Ah.
it's like you are meeting them along the way. So when you're telling them something, they already know what you're talking about.
Oh, they already have the vision, the idea
Exactly.
of what the item they want.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So now that is the challenge, one
Yeah.
of the biggest challenge. So you're telling somebody this, they're like, I know that.
Yes.
You're explaining this, I know that already. So you're like, you have to expand yourself and build yourself up. So in the process, because I had very little knowledge with music,
Yeah.
and big shout out to my producer Shaks. He's been one of the people who also believed in me, even in the times when he had all the reasons to leave. He still stayed,
Yeah.
and we still have him to date.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since now he came in on the fourth month. He came in on the fourth month, so we continuing the journey. He's been helping me produce the music, good quality,
Yeah.
mentoring our artists. I also assist in the same, and more so I'm into marketing. So
You do the music for them, but you also market.
yeah, we
Mhm.
market for them.
Okay. So it's a whole process.
It's a whole process. Like when a talent comes to us, like they get everything from production to mentorship to branding and marketing. Like you get everything.
Awesome.
Yes. And I'm not also alone in the same. I've partnered with different people, different companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've asked me of the challenge. The challenge I can say is the moment uko mahali watu wanakuona, watu wanakuangalia, expect a lot of criticism.
Criticism.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of criticism, and sometimes it gets so worse and kuna vile inakudisappoint, but
Yeah.
you have to pick yourself up and continue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It gets overwhelming.
exactly.
What about music? The music. How can you say about the music industry um, in Taita? Because I feel even if it's an employment,
Mm,
but since we are touching on the music industry in
mm,
Taita, how is it? And these are jobs. These people who are doing I mean music.
mm,
These are people who are employing themselves. How
mm.
is it in Taita?
Well, entitled is so bad, so bad.
Okay, just say it
uh,
as it is.
Music industry is a multi-billion-dollar
Yes.
industry, but in Taita there are no structures.
Okay.
We pay tax, but
What do you mean structure?
there are no systems.
Okay.
Like I can pride ourselves that we have the systems
Yeah.
in terms of royalty payment, in terms of music distribution, and in terms of marketing and all that.
Yeah. So there is no structures.
There are no structures,
Yeah.
because if there were structures, the county government could be benefiting a lot from the creative industry.
Yeah.
In Nairobi, people, like, you cannot do anything without music, you
Yeah.
cannot do anything without art.
Mhm.
But here in Taita, things are not so good.
We are not benefiting from the music created here in
Yes,
Taita.
yeah,
It's not explored.
exactly,
It's not supported,
yeah.
and it's not. The artists are not haungwi mkono in
Yeah, they are hawaungwi mkono, na pia unakuta wako at a desperate state. Like, he's just there to get anything. As long as he gets whatever he want, whatever he thinks is good, they're okay.
Yeah, because now because there's no opportunities, the little you give them,
Yeah, they're okay.
they're okay.
And most of them, they're almost giving up
Yeah.
in their craft.
Yeah.
so unakuta inakuwa a bit tricky when it comes to helping them, like lazima umuingize shuleni mfundishe from one step to another to another to another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is I think for many people this is an industry. When wakati tunaongelea about industries
Yeah.
in Taita, we've reached a point where we should stop looking at physical
Yeah.
industries like building a factory.
Yeah.
This is an industry that
we call
and I
it
believe we have talent.
we call it intellectual property.
Yes.
It's intellectual property which increases in value as time goes by.
Yes.
So music, when you also come to our culture, it's one of the intellectual properties that God has given us. Yes.
Which is unexplored.
Unexplored.
And it's not supported.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to talk about this because somebody out there might be looking at employment in terms of or self-employment in terms
Yeah.
of I can sell something like something physical.
Yeah.
But there's also digital marketing that is a space
Yes.
that people can explore.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little about it.
Well, when we come to the digital space, there's a lot that is transacted there on digital marketing. There's a lot,
Yeah. Yeah.
a lot. Because when I start explaining here,
It's I think we should do an episode on
Yes.
just digital marketing.
And actually how we can use it, like I share it according to our environment because
Yes.
I'm more of an international thing.
Yes.
So I will share it according to what I've just collected around our environment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think that would be it would be an important thing as we are telling people about yes, there's unemployment, but we're also pointing to opportunities. Maybe they can look at this as digital marketing as one of the ways that they can look at, and it's very it's not capital intensive, it's not a capital intensive environment.
Yeah.
But from your personal story and all that you faced in just the digital marketing space in intellectual property as you've called it, unaweza pick point some of the things zenye lessons zenye umelearn from that zenye unaweza sema hizi kama mtu ambaye anataka kuingia into that space ama any other industry zinaweza msaidia?
You really need a lot of patience.
Patience.
A lot. When I talk of patience, I mean a lot.
Like ndo
Yeah, a lot. Kwa sababu
Yeah.
nothing happens overnight.
Yeah.
You have to work. Like to the place where I am, I've put in a lot of work. I've done a lot of research. Another one, you need to be very open to learning. Like very open, like unafaa kuwa very open. Sile unakaa na you're like you just believe in one thing.
Yeah.
You really need to be very open to learning. Open to learning. And then another thing, you should believe in partnerships and collaborating with people. You can never make it alone.
Yes.
Like right now, we're seated here because there's a cameraman there.
Yes.
There's our video director there. There is somebody who made these mics.
Yeah.
You know.
We are seated somewhere.
Yeah, we're seated somewhere.
Yeah.
So we couldn't be here without them. We couldn't be here.
Yeah.
So you should believe in people, you should trust people. In as much as people are the way they are, but you need to trust people. Yeah, like you have to.
Yeah.
You can't go without. You have to trust people.
You can't do it by yourself.
You can't do it by yourself. There's this slogan of Ubuntu. We are who we are because is it? You are. How is it said? It is.
I'm losing it. I think it's. I might not know the correct word, but it's about I
Unity.
am because we are.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am because we are.
Yeah.
I am who I am because of who we are.
Yes.
So you are not by you.
Yes.
It is because of us.
Yes.
Like it's because of why we are. Because you couldn't do this alone.
Yes, I could not.
Yeah. Today I'll be here, tomorrow you need somebody else to be here. Another day you need someone else. So there's that aspect of we really need to believe in people. We really need to trust people. Hata kama watu wako vile wako, hakuna vile unaweza ishi bila watu.
Yeah.
You have to trust people. With their flaws, you have to trust them.
Yeah.
With how they are, you have to trust them and keep them. either good or bad, because we need all people together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those are very important lessons.
Yes, and apart from that, uh, when it comes to business, you really need to know the kind of industry you're in and the kind of people you're dealing with. Music industry or intellectual property is one of the dirtiest businesses that you can ever think of. Yeah, it's very dirty business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ukituambia that ni
It's very dirty.
mm-hmm.
You've heard the story of PDD.
Okay.
He's
Uh-huh.
into intellectual property.
Oh yes. Oh, like a lot of people being taken advantage though.
Not as such.
Mm-hmm.
That is just a cooked story.
Okay.
Although setting in Amtetea, but there is something that you and I are not told.
Uh-huh.
But if you go deep, you'll understand. Because when you look at it, blacks are the ones who are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly is in jail. He's a black, right?
Mm-hmm.
PDD is a black.
Yeah.
And now
Uh-huh.
we'll just leave it hanging. We just
We let the court to he has his day in court, but
yeah,
I get what you're saying. There's a lot of like you knowing the industry, you knowing
yeah.
like because ukiingia you
Mm.
probably are very innocent.
Sure.
Unafikiria tu I'm going to create this and I'm going
Mm.
to sell it, but as every other industry, in other industries there's a lot of corruption that goes on.
Can I explain something?
Yes.
Right now, I have a deal with a company that
Yeah.
nobody knows.
Uh-huh.
That actually they're the ones distributing our music to all streaming platforms. I don't know those people. They are whites actually. I don't know them. I don't know how they look like. We only communicate on email. They pay me. They pay our artists, which is okay. Now, the problem with the industry is this: there are a lot of shadows. Like there are people who are in the shadows. Like you don't know who you're dealing with, that, but they have influence
Mm-hmm.
and they can command anything. Like they can tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when it comes to money, there is that protocol we follow.
Yeah.
Because in music distribution, you give exclusive rights to the company distributing your music. You have to be paying for the software that distributes the music.
Yeah.
It's around $1,000 every month. You can't afford, like for somebody like me, I can't afford $1,000 every month because I don't have any artist who actually earns more than that amount of money. So now what do you have to do? Have to partner. When you have to partner, these people, they give you their own terms and conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So if you disagree with them and you have a good catalog, what do you expect?
Hautaenda mbali.
Sasa they can cook a story for you. They
Ah,
have money.
yes.
Iwezi waambia kitu.
Okay.
They can pay even your lawyers. They can buy you and your house and your lawyers.
They can watch.
Yeah, like they have the power.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say it is a very dirty industry, somebody needs to tread carefully.
Yeah.
We really need to tread carefully. We need to be very humble and very wise, actually.
Humble and wise at the same time.
Humble and wise and rough at the same time. Like we shouldn't be the way the Bible says that we should be humble as pigeons and wise as serpents.
Yes.
Yes, that's the kind of character you need in this industry,
Yes.
because you'll work with people who actually controls everything, like somebody controlling the playlist. They can make you trend within a second, and this person is telling you, well, you have to do this, and you're like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever come may, but I'm not going to do it. Now
Yeah.
they tell you, okay, you're not going to do it, fine, let's see who wins.
Yeah.
Now they start torturing you.
Yeah.
They start doing you things, and that's what happens to that. That's what happened to that guy.
Okay. So.
There was a place he had a disagreement
Mm-hmm.
with one of the mafias
Okay.
on a certain deal.
Mm-hmm.
So he was asking for himself that he should have ownership, but they refused him to have ownership. They wanted to take.
We're talking about PDD.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a place where he wanted ownership, but the whites said no. This system is built for us. It's for us. we don't allow foreigners here. We don't allow anybody who's not from our color. So if we have to work together, we have to exploit you. So he said, no, you cannot exploit me.
And this is from verified a source.
Yes, from that is how the industry is.
So
Right
you are
now,
taking the lesson and applying it.
yes, right now, if I mess up with the people I work with, I'm gone.
Okay.
They have money more than me. Because, okay, they pay our artists. They are very transparent on that. But now I don't know how much money they get.
Oh,
You understand? They are
yes.
the ones who owns the spreadsheets.
Okay. So they decide what amount to give you.
Exactly.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Now it's like you have a farm, but you don't know how much the farm is producing.
Yeah. So if you're
Somebody
given
else,
10 shillings,
yes, if they
it's
give you 2 tomatoes, you say, oh, I'm
thank you
getting,
for this.
thank you for this.
Uh-huh.
Now, imagine when you mess up with such kind of a person,
Uh,
what they can do to you.
yeah. Yeah, I get how you're bringing it into your context
Yes,
and using that as an example.
yes,
Like you in the music production business,
yes,
you do not own the streaming platforms.
yes,
Other people own it,
yes,
and you need them,
yes,
but
and they need you.
and they need you.
And right now, it's even worse. They don't even need me because they have their own artificial artists.
Oh yes,
There's artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence
They are
now.
creating their own playlists.
Yeah.
They have their own artists.
Yes.
So they're like, why should we pay this man 52% or 60%?
Uh-huh.
And yet we can create our own music, have it streamed, and the people subscribe to the royalty pool, steal that money for ourselves.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for this, like, even if it to mtu from outside,
Yeah.
not in the industry, they might not know this.
Yeah.
The same way as we are encouraging young people, um, those who are thinking about self-employment, thinking about going into those industries, all the advice you've given: be humble, be wise as a serpent. It's tough.
Yeah.
When we say business, it's not like you go there and voila, you make it. It's a lot of hardships that you have to
Yeah.
go through in that. But also, as you've given advice about um, business, what of those people who are there and were unemployed? Many people in Taita are facing mental health issues. Many people are, we have a lot of drug and substance abuse in Taita. Young people, and sorry to say, young men, watu wanasema boy child amesaulika. Young men, young people are going through all these issues. Unapata mtu mmoja kwa family, yeye ndo ako employed, that the whole family is dependent on them. It's a lot of baggage. A lot of people are going through this. What could be your advice to them, or maybe just a word of encouragement?
First of all, before I can advise on anything, mara nyingi unakuta these people wenye most wako kwa substance abuse.
Yes.
Wengine ni watu ni interact na wao.
Yes.
Most of them are cool kids.
Cool kids.
Yeah.
What do you mean cool kids?
I mean, ni msee hana job,
Uh-huh.
lakini akiitisha mamake thao ama 100 anapewa.
Uh-huh.
Umeelewa? Na anaitisha mamake do, mama anampa, anaenda kukula jaba. Anaenda kukunywa mzinga. So now it should start with the parents. They should be tough. If you have boys in the house, a girl, mwanamke akiitisha, that's okay. If it's a girl, that's okay. You can give them because they go through a lot.
It is true, we go through a lot.
Yeah. Especially kama hana job, because you have kuna mambo mengi, especially to the girl child.
Yes.
But to the boy child, akitisha pesa usimpatie. Really, that's not good. Like, how would you give a boy money? Like, aje sasa.
Apart from support, because you sema wewe ulisupportiwa na
Sasa mimi ninasapotiwa kwa biashara.
Yes, okay.
It is business, remember. And sometimes sipiwangi do. Let me just put it clear. Sometimes sipiwangi pesa.
Yeah.
Ni nini hakuna? Ni nini unataka?
Unahitaji mics, unahitaji.
Yes, and you have to produce a receipt. Umepewa pesa, umenunua, you have to show a receipt.
And show how you use that.
And you show it, okay, this is what I've bought and this is the money I've used. It's not a matter of, you're no. Umepewa pesa, this is how I've used the money. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But now when it comes to parents wengi wanaachilia watoto like, ma nisaidie na 100, unataka kufanya, nataka kununua muguka, nataka kwenda kununua miraa.
Na wengine hawatasema, lakini
Wengine hawatasema lakini ataleta tu cooked up stories. So unakuta, what I would say is the parents need to be tough. They really need to be tough, and also like waangalie wasikuwe wanatoa pesa hovyo hovyo, because the moment they give money anyhow they're destroying us. Because I wouldn't say that it is bad for my parents to give me money, but it is bad because if I'm not accountable for that money that I'm given, it is bad.
Because sasa easy money utakuwa
Easy
umezoea.
come easy go. Nitakuwa sasa sengine naweza kuwa niko club, I call dad, hey dad, ni aje, nimekwama nahitaji $5, kumbe ni mzinga tunachangia. You get it?
Yes.
Now this person is not employed, anakunywa mzinga, ana spend in high end places, you know, to me it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
So kuna vile inafaa tukue responsible as a society.
Yes.
We shouldn't be giving out resources anyhow, and we shouldn't be people who are not accountable for whatever it is happening. Like if it is something you're giving it out, make sure it is accounted for, and make sure there is a report, a proper report, not just a report, a proper report. Yeah.
That's also what we said about mentorship. Mentorship is not just guiding the person, it's also seeing that the person
is growing
and progress as well.
Yeah. So this substance abuse wazazi ndo wamechangia in the first place. So another thing yenye pia nitapeana advice ni ile parents ndo kila kitu, because if my parents were not living right with God, I couldn't be here.
Yes.
So if our parents could go back to God, then I don't see if we will have a problem. It's a matter of if our parents show us the way, we're good to go. Because in most cases, from my own research yenye nimefanya, wanaume wengi Taita wamefugwa, and I'm not sorry to say this, wamefugwa. Wamefugwa in terms of the woman is the one paying rent, the woman is the one who's paying school fees for the kids, the woman is the one who's feeding the husband and dressing the husband. But you cannot know, because this woman is that protective, hataki kutoa mwanaume wake nguo, lakini huku Taita wanaume tumejisahau. This is why you are seeing substance abuse imekuwa too much,
because hawana hiyo responsibility.
Yeah, men are not being responsible as men. So there's another problem here.
Yes.
In our family setups.
Yeah.
Unakuta mwanaume yuko hapo, mama ndo anafanya kila kitu, mpaka watoto wanajua, na watoto wako tu sawa. So nakuta the boy child anaona kuna life inakuanga hivi.
Niku
Mzae ananunuliwanga kila kitu, madhe ndo anafanya kila kitu. So unapata kijana anakuwa akikuwa irresponsible, because father figure si father figure sasa. Sasa tunaweza sema yeye ndo madhe sasa. Tofauti.
So what can be done, like, surely when we look at that,
Yes.
in the family setup, and men not being as responsible, mtu akiamka asubuhi anaenda kupata chai yake. By chai we mean mbangara, by mbangara we mean alcohol. What can be done in that?
We really need to get back to our senses. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
We really need to get back to our senses, and we do the right things in the right way. Yeah. Like kama ni kusanitize, we sanitize from the house. Sisi tuanze, yes, sisi tuanze kuingilia vijana. Kijana unaweza mchukua ukampeleka rehab, akirudi bado atarudi pale pale. Why? The problem is in the house. So we fix the house. Once you fix the house, you don't even need to fix the other one. Najifixingi tu wenyewe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
This we've unpacked a lot.
Sure.
So useful. This conversation was so awesome. Like I feel like mtu ambaye kwa pale nje kijana, and you are in that state, like ni kuchukua advice too, and starting from where you are, and seeing how you can make your life better. You're not the only one that has gone through this. Many people have gone through this, and they have come out on the other side,
Yeah.
and they're doing it. Any final thing that you want to say?
Mm, the final thing that I would want to say is, I think we should love each other.
Yes.
We should love each other. We should just love each other just like that, because we all have our flaws.
Yeah.
And when we show each other's love, we feel appreciated, and we shouldn't judge anyone based on what they have gone through or what they're going through. We should just love each other.
Hmm.
The moment we love each other, then we have a prosperous society, a productive community, and everything will move on well.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and those people who are supposed to help these young people, we are supposed to help them. If as a leader, as a person in your family, like usiachilie hawa young people,
Mm.
because as much as we are talking of unemployment now, there's also in the future, and it's projected that it will increase if nothing happens about it.
Yeah.
And it's worrying in Taita. If the situation is this right now, it might get worse if we do not wake up and do the right thing. All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope this has been an encouraging segment for you. I hope umelan a lot, meaning melan a lot, and just a reminder to anyone out there that your identity is not tied to your job or to if you are unemployed or employed. Your identity is in you. It's who God created you to be, and so be encouraged. You are able to make it, and small steps make big steps. From where you are, you can start. Today I was with William. William, maybe your contacts. I'm sure kuna watu ambao their music, they're preparing their voices right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can leave us your contacts, and maybe they can find you, and maybe you can mentor them.
Okay. My contacts are 07 98 91 03 11. You can also find me on social media, like our social media platforms, Favored Studios, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, guys. Bye. Cheers. See you later.
All right.